They all look very smart. Irapali Prasana, Gigi Boy and Wadeka, Krishna Murthy and Vishnu Mankad. Them boys could well play cricket on any kind of wicket. They make the West Indies team look so bad. We was in all kind of trouble. Joey Carew pull a muscle. Clive Lloyd get about 3 run out. We was in trouble without a doubt. It was Gavaskar, the real master. Just like a wall, we couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Venkataraghavan, Bedi in a turban, Vijay Jaishima, Jayanti Lal. They helped to win the series against the West Indies at Sabina Park and Queen's Park Oval. 158 by Kanai really sent our hopes up high. Noriega 9 for 95, the Indian team they still survive. It was Gavaskar, the real master, just like a wall. We couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Janjurani, Solka Abidali, Dilip Sadesai and Vishwanath. They make West Indies bowlers look like second raters when those fellows came out here to bat. West Indies tried holder and keep voice. They had no other choice. They even tried with Newton Dow, but a shot and they're sorry they bring him now. It was Gavaskar, the real master. Just like a wall, we couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. Desmond Lewis, also Charlie Davis, they take a little shame from out we face. But Sobers as a captain, he won plenty coaching before we cricket end up in a disgrace. Beatty here that he became a father, he catch out whole hog in the cover. But when Sobers here, he too had a son, he made duck and went back in the pavilion. It was Gavaskar, the real master. Just like a wall, we couldn't out Gavaskar at all, not at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. You know the West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all.
Good afternoon to all our listeners. Good afternoon to those of you who are in traffic. We want to give thanks to God, the Creator, for a program this afternoon, a day where we could just come and discuss some light issues which you might be more informed than us. and together we will try and edify each other. Good afternoon to the owners and operators of this great radio station, Mr. Neil Iwer George himself, and his family, and by extension his staff, whom we cannot fail to, give them their honor, because they do help us here on the station. And to all members of the pavilion, those of you who are getting ready or are already in the fete mode, good afternoon to all of you who are there getting ready for, I think it's St. Mary's on this weekend. I think there's some Iron Park on tonight. I'm not too sure of the calendar, but we know for the next couple of weeks until around the 16th and 17th of February, there will be activities increasing in frequency coming up to the last week, the week before the carnival. So again, because of my recent experience, I want you to stay safe out there, be very careful, and have a safe carnival, have a safe Friday, whatever you're doing or you're gearing up to do. Or those of you who today's another day of work, forget it. Today's work, we have those bills to pay, and we have to get to work or from work, and some of us even work on weekends. So good afternoon to you, good afternoon all, and we hope that you would participate today. Today we're going to do something a bit different though. Today we're going to do something a bit different. I was listening to a conversation the other day between friends, and all in the vein of dealing with church. I think that they were talking about church, and one was actually trying to encourage the other one to go to church and forget everything else, and have a little focus on the spiritual life. Good encouragement, I must say. We often leave out God out of what we do, and only remember Him in times of trouble. So like good friends, one was encouraging the other to you must slow down, and above all that you do, give God the thanks, and you vex with everybody, but you seem to have church hurt, and so the discussion was moving along surrounding church, attending church, or whatever church, some type of church. And then one of the speakers in the conversation said, you must render your heart and not your garments. Render your heart and not your garments. Render your heart and not your garments. And I want to know what you think about that quote. I want to know what you think about that quote. Render your heart and not your garments. You think it's in the Bible? From your knowledge, you might have gone a little Sunday school. You may be involved in church in some way. But people often say it when they want to encourage you, don't study how you look, per se. You should make time for God and fellowship, etc. And don't study, you don't have a pants, you don't have the right skirt, you don't have the right dress. Excuses that we make sometimes when we don't want to go, or we feel inadequately dressed. And you hear, render your heart and not your garment. The number to call is 342-081-4665-391. Tell me what you think about that quote. And when you call, tell me if it's in the Bible. The quote is, render your heart and not your garments. Tell me if, according to your knowledge, That is a quote from the Bible, and tell me what you think it means. It really was an interesting conversation I was overhearing between two old friends, and I understood the attempt of one to encourage the other to put a little more emphasis on your soul, the spiritual things. And one said to the other, render your heart and not your garments. The number to call is 342-0081 4665391. Good afternoon, caller.
Yes, good evening. Good evening. How are you all doing?
I'm okay.
Nice, man. So, on your topic there,
Yes.
the Bible doesn't say render your heart.
Good.
The Bible says rend your heart
Right.
and not your garments.
Right.
So what happened? The Israelites, who were seen as God's people in the Bible, the chosen people, when they would have fallen into sin and they're coming before God, they would have ripped the clothes asunder, rip it off of them.
Right.
So the meaning of that is rend. So ripping your clothes means they're rending the clothes. So God said to them, rend your heart and not your garments. Meaning, rip your heart inwardly. You understand? Instead of coming to me, ripping off your clothes and thing in some kind of solemn way, and then you're going right back into sin, you're going right back into disobedience. So God said, rend your heart and not your garments. In other words, change your heart. Change the inwardness inside of you. Change that, rend that. And not your garments, meaning ripping up your garments. Because it would make no sense ripping up your garments and go back into doing what I don't want you to do. So rend your heart, meaning change your lifestyle, change your character, and not your garments.
But caller, stay on the
Thank you,
line.
brother.
Stay on the line, caller. Stay on the line.
Yeah, on the line.
But what do you think about why people say render? What do you think about the context in which I agree with you. And from my research, it's not in the Bible. But what do you think about the motive behind the whole saying about render your heart and not your garments? Is it a good one? Is it a bad one? Do you see it as a total misquote, meaning it's mischievous? Or you think you understand the reason, the rationale behind the render part?
I don't know why the render part, why people say that. It could render something like a form of humility. It's something like a form of a kind of humbleness you would render.
Yeah.
But it's not in the Bible. It gives a different perspective of what the Bible really says.
Yes.
So the Bible will always come as a supreme word than what a man say.
Right.
So if the Bible says rend, it means just that. If a man says render, that means you're going against what the Bible says or the meaning of the aspect as it says rend. It's like people saying money is the root of all evil. The Bible doesn't say money is the root of all evil. The Bible says the love of money. The love of money is the root of all evil. But you will hear people saying out here, oh, money is the root of all evil. The Bible never said that. The Bible said the love of money is the root of all evil. Meaning that you will do anything. You will kill, you will destroy anything to get it because of your love for it. So we have to be careful.
Yes.
What the Bible says and what man says, two different things and two different meanings.
Yes. Thank you, caller.
Right.
So that caller preempted my next question, but I'll ask it anyway. Money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Much of a difference? What do you think is is it that you mustn't love money? Is it that you should hate money? It says the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. If I'm reading what I'm seeing in front of me, is exact. But what do you think is the meaning, the real meaning behind that? Is it that you're not supposed to love money? Because money does a lot for us. It can. We can't take it. But while we are here, Call me 342-0081-4665-391. The caller already explained that it's not a biblical quote. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Paul. Hey, what you my friend? Good afternoon. Marcus Roman. Ronaldo.
Yes.
What you call money is the root of all evil.
Yes.
Without money, you can't do nothing. Money is power. Not so?
Yes.
Without money, you can't survive, you can't eat, you can't drink. But Ronaldo, I don't know. I is a man young in the politics. Middle politics have to go lower than the white line. And like K-Pax and hold on to Bible as they go them thing and them is protocol victimizing will begin. That's so?
Yeah. Apparently.
I don't understand. I was done by the parliament today. I support and fight and toil for this government. And you know who benefited? Who caused them for 40-something years, 30-something years. They get in house, they get in work, and people who loyal and support, they get in nothing. I really understand this game, boy. Ronaldo, money is the root of all evil. Without money, we can't make love. Bless.
Money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Tell me, what's your interpretation of that? What do you say to that? How do you put that in context of everything that life throws in front of you and everything you try to acquire in life? The number is 342-0081-4665-391. There are a lot of things that we're going to discuss today that are not in the Bible, but we always hear people quote it. But this one with money, and money being the root or the love of money, I see the grammatical change, but I don't know if it changes the essence, to be honest. That is my view. But you call me and tell me, how do you accept that, or you don't accept it, or you don't, in what way you interpret it? 342-0081-4665-391. And we're talking about money is the root of all evil, or the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. How do you interpret that? How do you, in this world, in this mortal world, in this world of physical things and material things, are you not supposed to acquire money or love money? Or I want you to tell me. 342-0081-4665-391. I want you to tell me, how do you apply that to your life? How do you apply that, saying, no, you don't apply it, you disapply it? I want you to tell me what you think about that particular saying that we always, and we say a lot of things sometimes just in passing in this country, in talking, that are sometimes void of meaning, or we ourselves are not sure what they mean. So I want you to call me and tell me what your interpretation is. Now, how do you apply that to your life? Or you don't apply it. You'll tell me you don't apply it. Money is the root of all evil. Or, if you so inclined, the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. The number to call is 342-0081-4665-391. And all of these things are in context of things that we hear and we repeat. And we say it for years. We've seen it all our lives. We say it to people. We say it to young people. We say it to the children. We say it automatically. We say it without hesitation. But do we understand what it means? Or do we really believe it? Do we apply it? So we have this saying that money is the root of all evil. or the love of money is the root of all kind of evil, whichever version of that description you take, whichever part of the description you take, you call me and tell me what that means to you, or how do you apply that. The number to call is 342-0081-4665-391. Call me on the Third Empire and tell me how you apply that. Do you apply it? Or you in love with the money? Or you love money and you will come out and say, well, yeah, no, I love money. You know, whether I got plenty, I don't get plenty, I can't sit here and say I don't love money. You know? So, is it then the love of money to be taken literally? Is it a literal statement? How do you apply that? How do you interpret that? Money is the root of all evil. Is it? No, we say that sometimes in the politics. That's what we say. That's what we see. And I wonder how many of us in the same position would do different. How many of us in the same position, you know, with opportunity, with influence, how many of us in the same position will do different? Money is the root of all evil. 342-0081-4665-391. Call me and tell me what you think. Is that true? Is that true to any extent? Is that true at all? Do you apply that to your life? How do you apply it? Do you apply it at all? How would you apply that in your view? Money is the root of all evil. Say you don't like money? Call me and tell me you don't like money. If you don't like money, call me and tell me you don't like money. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Penalo. Not money alone is good at too, you know. Power too, you know. Power and money.
Okay.
Well, once you have power, you have money.
Okay.
Everybody fighting for power to get the hand in the cookie jar to run with the bag of money.
Okay. So while I'm waiting on call, Senior Matheson is here. And Senior Matheson, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to all your listeners this evening, wherever you are.
Senior Matheson, there are things that we quote every day. And people that we quote, when you examine the things that we quote, applying it will be very strange. First to begin, a lot of it is not in the Bible. You know, a lot of people is, you know?
The misquote things.
The misquote
Take things out of context.
Take things out of context.
And you know, the Bible is written in different times.
Yes, yes. So it has a context.
So that combination of things happen. Stories now, it's a book of stories.
Yeah.
And what we take it out of context in a lot of instances, and sometimes we do the wrong things just by taking it out of context. So based on our interpretation, because I mean, if you read, I think it's 2 Peter 1:20 tells you no part of the scripture should be taken of any private interpretation.
Yeah.
And therefore, we even take that, we even read that out of context. So
we're talking about money is the root of all evil. So I asking the callers, well, we know that is not in the Bible. The Bible actually says, as I have it up on the screen, the love of money.
Yeah.
But take it any other way, either way. How do you apply that to your life?
Yeah. Well, clearly, if the love of money, well, maybe you shouldn't really love money. You should love the things that money could do for you to make your life better.
Yeah.
But if you overlove money, you might do evil things to get
Right,
things,
right, so
you know,
right,
and,
right.
and maybe that's what
That is what
that's
it
what
gets
was
in
the,
at.
that's what it was. If it was said,
Yes.
when it was said,
Yeah.
that is what you know. But what is strange is that in biblical time, I don't think they had money.
Well, they had temples and taxes. They used to do. The Greeks and the Persians and the Romans had a whole empire.
Yeah.
Good. They had a whole system, and money was a big part. You know, the king had different.
Gold and, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, different little. I can't remember the word. It's not.
But when I say money, I mean in the way we see it.
In the way we see it.
Yeah.
But
So-
but we I was asking the callers as well. You know, we apply this to our politics, right? And you know, all them politicians love money, all them politician thief. It sounds it's something we always say.
But don't love it now.
So I asked the callers.
Because right in that same Bible it said that don't give away what you know, don't you know, I'm trying to remember the quote, but we use it, the next quote we use all the time,
Yes.
right? And what is essentially saying is that don't have it and give it away. Yeah, I mean, you'll be a fool to do that.
Yes.
Right? So, I'm trying to remember the term, or the verse or the scripture, the you know what it meant, but essentially it was kind of contradicting
Right.
to what even the people who are very religious
See.
will, you know.
Yeah, because I tell people, I don't know. I'm not a politician. I don't know who sits down and calculates to go into politics to thief.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Our next one is, and as I think in here, next one that is very misleading is spare not the rod as a spoil the child.
Look at there.
Eh?
Spare the rod and spoil the child.
Yeah, those kind of.
That's not in the Bible.
So, you know, it's just, I mean,
I thought that was in the Bible,
they're
though.
like cliches now.
Yes.
Like, you know, old sayings, but you don't know the genesis of it.
You don't know the
sometimes,
context.
yeah, the context.
Which is so important in speech. So I was saying to the callers, you know, when you get into politics, sometimes there are little opportunities, you know, to make your way. I don't know that anybody calling this phone will do different.
And while in Trinidad and Tobago, we say we are a very corrupt society in other ways. And sometimes you wonder why a politician would want to even get into politics.
Yeah.
But because politics really is about the scarcity or the scarce resources, the I don't know, I ain't getting it today, but what I'm saying is sometimes people wonder why politicians and how politicians could get into office. Sometimes you have a good job, you're a professional, you could earn a lot of money and that kind of thing, but you go into politics to work for probably a tenth of what you could earn on the outside, and not understanding that sometimes people go in politics as an opportunity to serve a bigger bigger public, you know. It is probably the last thing you want to do, to help people to be part of the collective that change or bring about change in a country and that kind of thing. And sometimes you get so much licks just trying to do that. It makes you wonder. Yesterday I was hearing Chris Timer, the British Prime Minister, saying that in the last 14 years, they've had so much positions being changed. It was more positions than the Kama Sutra, and he said all the British public got was screwed.
I was watching that presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
mean,
watched that presentation.
you know, so So when when you listen to that and you hear that, you understand the frustration those guys sometimes reach to the point of, oh gosh, they fight so hard to get in here. And when they get in here, all you're getting is a set of talk and people saying all kind of bad things about you. And when really and truly, you really went in with real good intentions.
And that's
Yeah.
my point. Because will you see opportunity for self and say no? Is that smart? Is that pious? You get a medal for that? You get an opportunity to pull in your cousin and bless up your brother and pull in your sister.
And you will do that. I mean, it's human.
But that's what I want to get at. And it may be by corrupt means.
But you have to have a different kind of moral grounding also.
Yes.
That understanding that you're doing it in a fair way.
Yes.
And that your intention really is not for any financial gain or anything,
Yeah.
but it's really to help somebody who need help just like all the other people.
And the reality is, if you pull in your cousin or your brother or you bless up your sister, you would have done so at the cost of someone else.
Well, yeah.
And that is just reality. You can't help everybody. You can't help everybody. And as I'm talking about that, I move to the next saying that they tell me, you say, and it's not in the Bible. God helps those who help themselves.
Well, if that was so, right? We see all them people who preaching and thing, all them people then it actually says that the people who get rich, right, deserve to get rich,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Because they certainly helping themselves, right? And it goes back to something I was saying a couple of days ago, right? The difference between the rich and the poor is really mindset. You follow?
Yeah.
The difference between the rich and the poor most of the time is mindset.
Yeah. And we can't. Okay, Mom was telling me about the money is the root of all evil. She says it speaks to an unhealthy craving for money and can lead to evil. God
Yes.
desires that we prosper and be in good health, even as our soul prospered. Money is not to be loved to the extent
That you
that
do
it's
evil
controlling.
things. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, of course, God wants us to have money. But so you see, some people use that quote to justify poverty.
Which is what I just said there.
To
Right?
justify poverty, right? To give me the money, you don't have it. You bring it here.
Yeah.
That is not for you. That is to me. Good. So there is.
But it's a lot of things you hear sometimes some people, it makes you wonder. I mean, you move by faith and not by sight and all that kind of thing. Yeah, that's good. I don't know how many people died and came back and tell us what happens when they're dead, and
Yeah.
I don't even want to sound like I doubt in the Bible.
Yeah.
But sometimes
Yeah,
even,
you hear how
that,
people-
even that verse 2 Peter 1:20 that
Yeah.
tells you, I'm knowing this verse, no scriptures or any private interpretation.
Yeah.
You still want to, God give you a conscience and logic,
Yeah.
and so I just say,
So we say God helps those who helps themselves, originated in an ancient Greece, popularized by Benjamin Franklin. That's the person who
Benjamin Franklin was the man who said, for want
Yes.
of a nail, boy,
Yes.
a war was lost just because of a nail and a horseshoe nail and
Yeah.
a horse.
And we often, God helps those who help themselves is something we often tell poor people. Good. Sometimes it's used to justify suffering. That is why you're poor. Because you're lazy. You understand? That's the subliminal message.
But yeah, I mean, it's logical too.
But there might be an extent of truth to it. Because I think one of the reference in that is faith without works is dead. Let me take this caller. Good afternoon, caller. Good afternoon, caller. Caller your radio.
Listen to us on your phone, caller, not your radio. Yeah.
Okay, when you call back, turn down your radio, just talk to us on the phone. They say faith without works is dead. But a lot of people filled their works and they didn't reach anywhere. Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Oh yes, good afternoon, I think. All right, good afternoon, Mr. Ronaldo. Good afternoon, Mr. Stephen. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon, God. And all you're asking a good question where everybody's supposed to know that God done talk already in much respect to tell the human being to live honorable, to live contented, to live in a way that, I mean, survival is a sort of a like learn the existence and grow and survive, experience and survive. You know what's happening? It has so much rubbish that teach we in life, even through the Bible, that we live in a lot of rubbish from the yesterday, when we have our own sense to analyze things today and see the reality out of it and the nonsense out of it. And what happened? In the soul of man have an understanding that don't crave for nothing. If you're not craving for nothing, it reaches to a point where then greediness is an evil. Lustfulness is an evil. Covetousness is an evil. But all these are the root of being greedy. All these are the root of being envious. All these are the root of being jealous-minded. So eventually, if you get money in your hand, you use the money through your evil mind and heart to be greedy in life. And eventually to be what people would say now, the love of money. No, it's the love of the intentions you have in yourself to be greedy. Because the word eventually there is greedy. Envious, greedy, covetousness, craving. All these words are the real true root of evil. We tend to graph a lot of things what long time people tell we, because they have the society to live under it, and that same society, without a good consciousness now, we take from yesterday and bring today and live in the same evil of all the wars that the war before. We use the same attributes of those same war and live in it today. We still wrong. Because of that, we're not creative to create an idea of goodness and harmony for human beings today because we follow the yesterday ideology of greed.
Okay, I go down there, I go pause. You only ask that question, I may come with something else when all you come later. But that is the point of the matter.
But it's weird that, a lot of things that we learn as cliches or even things that we would have adopted in an outer context way from the Bible.
People always say the Bible says spare the rod and spoil the child. Somebody tell me which part you find that now.
If your enemy slap you, turn the other cheek and all that kind of thing. Sometimes, we change up things to rule people. Sometimes it would even say that the Bible was misinterpreted deliberately.
Yes.
To rule mankind, by a certain race ruling mankind after a period, and all these things have some truth to it.
Yeah. Because I was at a funeral and I remember it was a notorious person. Let me just say that. And the preacher said, because you don't know what happens in that state, but the preacher said that person going to heaven. So I sat there and think, I said, but wait now. If at every funeral everybody goes to heaven, hell empty, it's empty. No, it is not obviously good for you to pronounce on anyone and whatever situation. But there are things that we say just because of the context, it's sounding good. When you think about it really and truly, it's not in the Bible. It's not in the Bible. Spare the rod and spoil the child. I really thought that one was there. And that used to justify licks.
But turn the other cheek.
Yeah, before you get a good licking,
The bully beating you up in school.
don't tell you that.
Turn the other cheek.
Join us after the break on the Third Empire for more.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Get ready for a night of vibes, energy, and soca. Iwer, George and Friends presents Iwer's Night. Friday, January 23rd at Woodford Cafe. Price Plaza Shaquana starting from 9 p.m. Advance unisex tickets $100 and ladies 2 for 1 for $100. Featuring the Waterlord, Iwer George. And all his friends in the business. KMC. Blackadan, Malik, Anika Berry, J-Del, and straight out of Grenada, the payroll man, Money. I say load me up with the oil. Music by DJ Mervin and DJ Elon, aka Papi. Come out and experience the big man in the business. Iwer George and Friends. Friday, January 23rd, Woodford Cafe, Shaguanas. It's Iwer's Night. See you there.
Get ready for the grand opening of Calypso Review 2026 at the Arima Velodrome on Friday, January 23rd from 8 p.m. with Sugar Aloes along with the review stars Pink Panther, Skatey, Devon Seal, Singing Sonia, Michelle Henry, Mighty Diamond, Saint Nick, Nicole Grace, Mace, JD, Viatenda, Sasha and Moses, Tempo, Black Prince, Nisa, Alana Sinette, Makeda Darius, Lakaman, Mahalia Regis,
Orlando Octave.
Direct from Barbados, guest artist Mighty Gabby, and a surprise guest. Music by Len Cummings and the Wailers. Chorus by Review Angels. Your MCs Marcus Batiste, Tommy Joseph, and the Chairman. Admission $150. Tickets for Arima Velodrome at Michelle's Fashions, Massey Stores Broadway Arima, and at the door till showtime. Then on Saturday, January 24th, it's the grand opening of the Review tent at the SWWTU Hall, right to Rome, Port of Spain. Showtime 8 p.m. Admission $200. Tickets for the Port of Spain show at the Review box office, SWWTU Hall.
How you just turn on this time machine, boy?
Bro, we have to...
Yes, I know, we have to go, but I have to start it.
On Sunday, February 1st, 2026, Captain Starbright and Tim Tim are going to take your kids on a magical journey to the past, present, and future of Carnival, the greatest show on earth. Get ready for Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future.
Yeah, but how we going if this time machine not working, boy?
Bro, you're putting me Smolta. It's powered by Smolta.
Oh, it's powered by Smolta. All right, put it. All right, let's go.
Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future. Sunday, February 1st, Skinner Park, San Fernando. Rides, slides, games, soca stars, and more. Parents, watch them learn about their culture and save the future of Carnival. Early bird tickets available online at islandetickets.com or timetolime.com and in store at advertised outlets. Kids Carnival Kingdom. Call 337-KIDS for more information. Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you will love this.
On Carnival Thursday night, the country descends upon the Queen's Park Savannah for the biggest concert in Carnival.
I feel for woman and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a woman and
Vibes with Boise X.
I can't behave myself. All when I jump in with the friends, I can't behave myself.
This year we say cheers to 10. 10 years of dreaming, 10 years of growth. 10 years of voice. Vibes with Boise X. The biggest names in soca will be a part of this special celebration. 10 years of Voices Life. and career. Physical tickets at GT's West Mall entrance City Mall, Fifth Street Bar, Area Peter Avenue, 519 Restaurant C3 Center, Woodford Cafe Chagonis, Fairways Tobago, and online at frontlineticketing.com. Sponsored by Digicel, The Security Zone, Guardian Media Limited, Stag, A Man's Beer, Hennessy, Coca-Cola, Royal Castle, Dasani, Monster Energy Drink. Vibes with Voicey X.
Join me on Carnival Thursday.
Queen's Park, Savannah.
It's in Weave.
It's a whole lot of flavor wrapped up in a twist. Some of them try to rap, but they don't rap like this. With crispy KFC tenders and lettuce and carrots and shredded tortilla embedded, perfect wherever you headed. Dripping with that creamy mayo and that mambo sauce. Let me tell them one more time to get my point across. It's a craveable, crunchable, movable, functional, flavorful meal that your taste buds must endorse. KFC, crunch twist. None of them, they don't make it like this.
Introducing KFC's Crunch Twist, a flavorful wrap with a delicious difference for just $29.95. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
This carnival season, experience Panorama your way as we celebrate Trinidad and Tobago's national musical instrument in powerful and unforgettable ways. It's the medium and large conventional band semifinals 2026, the Savannah Party. Sunday, February 1st, 2026 from 1 p.m. at the iconic Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain. Sit and watch the bands compete. Feel the precision, the power, the mastery of pan and steel orchestras battle for a place in the finals. Or head to the party stand, the North Stand, where you can enjoy the jubilee of the season. Non-stop vibes, sweet pan, and pure Savannah energy. Tickets are available now. Grandstand, $400. North Stand, $500. Pay-per-view tickets are only $30 US. Get your physical tickets at Pan Trinbago headquarters, 55 Don Donald Street, Port of Spain, or online tickets and pay-per-view tickets at www.pantrinbago.co.tt. This event sponsored by the Ministry of Culture and Community Development, National Carnival Commission, Kenson Group, the THA, BPTT, Eat It, and the Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank.
If you want to feel the heart and soul of TNT Carnival, then come to the National Carnival Commission's John Cupid Carnival Village. There's something for everyone. Safe, secure, and family friendly. There's beautiful handmade local crafts on sale, live performances, kaiso, calypso, comedy, soca, chutney, steel pan, and more. Every night from 6 p.m. It's Everything Carnival. NCC's John Cupid Carnival Village, located inside the Queen's Park Savannah, right behind the paddock area. The perfect spot to ease back and relax. And best of all, admission is free. NCC's John Cupid Carnival Village. You're gonna love this.
The Lion Brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, baked roti and double stew, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, the Lion Brand is the reason. When the Lion Brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion Brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion Brand.
Rhythms of Truth, a Kaiso story. The grand opening of the world's #1 Calypso tent, Kaiso Showcase 2026. Friday, 23rd January, 8 p.m., Naparima Bowl, San Fernando. Be prepared for a night of Calypso in all its forms. Social, political commentary, humor, pan, chutney, and suggestive sounds. Featuring performances by Queen Victoria, Lady Adana, Pharaoh, Mr. Shaq, Daddy Chinese, Eunice Peters, Calissa Charles Mapp, Alicia Richards, Il Drago, Mr. Mac, Nicholas Lucas, Rivaldo London, Lady Torlish, Carice Pascal, D. Juba, Roxy Singh, Queen Voice, Brother Ramkey, Cassie, Miss Ross, Empress, Medic, Greg, Mr. Lee, Fire Ring. Guest performances by Dev, Durango, Prio, and Raw Tour. Your MC, Damian Melville. Music by Razor Sharp, Chorus, Kaiso Flames. Tickets, advance $200. At the door, $250. Available at Roast and Toast, Superior Street, San Fernando. Athletes by the Park, Togo South Central Office, Mezzanine floor, Skinner Park, San Fernando. And from executive members. For more information, call 653-5732. Don't miss Rhythms of Truth, a Kaiso story. See you there.
What are you doing? Carnival at KFC is so special to all our we. Like we need blood and we vein. We need KFC again and again. Start to crunch down now. Start to crunch with
You know it's Crunch Nival at KFC.
Jump into savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 40% off in-store and online. Find amazing deals on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Plus extra discounts on credit plans and free gifts with select purchases. Save more at Furniture Plus today.
Play away, break away, play away. 1, 2, break away. It's a bigger prize than the money nice in the play away, break away. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play away, break away. It's bacchanal in the play away, break away. Win up to 30 to 1 on the base, 130 to 1 with the Juve ball, 135 to 1 with the steel pan ball, and 150 to 1 with the soccer ball. Wager on at least one mega mix option for a chance to break away with bigger play away prizes this carnival. It's a bigger prize than the money nice in the play away, break away. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play away, break away. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Get ready to immerse yourself in the vibrant rhythms and the joyous spirit of sweet calypso. Join us for an unforgettable experience at the semi-final round of the Calypso Monarch competition. This is Calypso Fiesta. 40 Calypso stars will compete on the Skinner Park stage. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmonies. Mark your calendars. Saturday, February 7th, 2026. Join us at Skinner Park in San Fernando for an afternoon of pure Calypso magic. Showtime 2 p.m. Tickets available on islandetickets.com or call us at 623-9660. Don't miss out on a chance to experience the rhythm and joy of the Caribbean in 2026. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmony. This is Calypso Fiesta.
A happy life.
Welcome to 2030, even though it kind of looking the same because we know all that special effects money. Hey, who joined us over there?
Hey, what year is it?
2030!
30? And what happened to Carnival?
That dead.
That dead?
Welcome to the future, a world where Carnival is dead, cause the kids choose phones and tablets instead. No time for culture, they moved on without her. Now Carnival needs a savior.
Brighty, we cannot allow this to happen, you know. Let us go back to the past to save the future. You like that? Let us go. Brighty!
Off they went to let the kids know how great Carnival is in Trinbago. From school to school they learned and had fun, all the way to Kids Carnival Kingdom. Trinidad and Tobago, get ready for words, wit, and raw lyrical fire. It's Kaisorama 2026, the ultimate extempo and freestyle competition where only the sharpest minds survive. On Monday, February 2nd, the battle begins at Radisson Hotel with the preliminary round at 7 p.m. Watch the nation's best extempo giants go head-to-head, thinking fast, rhyming faster. Then it all comes down to the grand final on Tuesday, February 10th, 7 p.m. at Napa. One crown, one champion. Pure lyrical mastery. Think you have what it takes? Registration is now open until Friday, January 30th at all Tuco offices. Tickets, preliminary $150, grand final $250. Don't miss the clash of culture, creativity, and calypso brilliance. Kaisorama 2026, where lyrics rule and legends are born. Kaisorama!
After dynamic opening week performances, this week, Classic Russo returns to their home, City Hall, Knox Street, Port of Spain, with performances by All Rounder, Crazy, Contender, Manchild, Hamidullah, Lady Wonder, Shirlane, Brian London, Twiggy, Dr. Will B, Charlene Bailey, Master G, Mark Eastman, Garth Sinclair, the youthful Kyle Cowie, Andre Nelson, Nefta Kojo, Jay Edwards, and many others. MC Shirlane Hendrickson, chorus by the Classic Russo Diamonds, music by Classic Russo Orchestra. This Wednesday. Then on Thursday night, it's Judges Night. Admission $200 and 2 persons on 1 ticket for $300. Get your tickets at Crosby St. James, Tuco office, New City Mall, and at the box office on the day of the show. Both shows 8 p.m. And this Friday, Classic Russo rolls into...
Clear the way and turn the volume up to the max. It's time for the Soca Pick of the Day, sponsored by NLCB.
What are you doing?
does that? Yeah. I want you put this thing on me so bad. Put it on me, put it on, put it on. I want you put this thing on me so bad. Put it on me, put it on. I want you put this thing on me so bad. Fling it on me right now. Yeah. I love how you're rolling, rolling. You know to control it. You the kind of girl who does take man's soul. And oh God, girl, you're so blessed. You the pinnacle, girl, you're golden, golden. I feel like you're chosen. Baby, rock that bumper and show them you have motion. Show them that you steamy, steamy. Go girl, feel it. Push back, I need it, I need it, I need it. Steamy, steamy. Go girl, feel it. Push back, I need it, I need it, I need it. So bend your back, bubble. You are the baddest and your nickname trouble. Tell your body straight better than a cola bottle, and you make man dizzy. How you move that so good. So keep doing what you're doing, girl, you're pleasing. Your body so damn tempting and teasing. You got the standard for hot girl season. When you walk out, only man them screaming. Steamy, steamy. Go girl, feel it. Push back, I need it, I need it, I need it. Steamy, steamy. Go girl, feel it. Push back, I need it, I need it, I need it. Steamy, steamy. Go girl, feel it. Push back, I need it, I need it, I need it. Steamy, steamy. Go girl, feel it. Push back, I need it, I need it, I need it. You is the baddest thing in the place, you something else, yes. And no competition is you versus yourself. When the baseline start to shake, and your bumper start to wake up, and you cock up like on the truck, and you start to walk, girl, it steamy, steamy. Go girl, feel it. Push back, I need it, I need it, I need it. Steamy, steamy. Go girl, feel it. Push back, I need it, I need it, I need it. Stay right there now. Do this. So bend your back, bubble. You are the baddest and your nickname trouble. Tell your body straight better than a cola bottle, and you make man dizzy. How you move that so good. So keep doing what you're doing, girl, you're pleasing. Your body so damn tempting and teasing. You got the standard for the hot girl season. When you
And
walk
that
out,
is your
only man
Soca
them
pick of the day.
screaming.
Keep it locked right here for more of the biggest hits and the sweetest vibes, sponsored by NLCB.
Breakaway. Play away. 1, 2, 3, go. It's a bigger prize than the money nice in the play away breakaway. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play away breakaway. It's bacchanal in the play away breakaway. Win up to 30 to 1 on the base, 130 to 1 with the Juve ball, 135 to 1 with the steel pan ball, and 150 to 1 with the soccer ball. Wager on at least one mega mix option for a chance to break away with bigger play away prizes this carnival. It's a bigger prize than the money nice in the play away breakaway. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play away breakaway. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we're back, senior. We're back. So we're discussing things that we see, and I know we have a break soon. Shortly, we do have another break, but it just goes to show how, as a society, we repeat things without giving them much thought. You know, and it has nothing to do with how educated you are, right? So we see
without critically analyzing.
Critically analyzing. So we see one here that says, "I could care less." We always hear people say, "I could care less," and they use that to mean what?
Well, you don't really care. The person who's saying they don't really care. But if you say that, it should be, "I couldn't care less."
I couldn't care less.
You
That
know?
is what you should say.
Yeah.
That's what you should say. So we're going to throw out one. We may be interrupted by the break, but we will come back. Blood is thicker than water. You call me. Tell me what you think that means. 342-0081-4665-391. Blood is thicker than water. We always hearing that, especially in terms of disputes. When you have disputes or when you're trying to explain things, they tell you, boy, you know, blood thicker than water. Good? Which I will let the callers, the pavilion, tell us what they think that means. They could tell us what that one means. Blood is thicker than water.
You know, while we wait, you know, one thing that even COVID showed me.
Yeah.
Seemingly very intelligent people was really going down as diehards, supporting a statement that really didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right? How could you tell me, when you consider the definition of a vaccine, how could you tell me I should be afraid of the people who didn't vaccinate themselves? So I should vaccinate myself, right? And by vaccinating myself, I should still wear a mask to protect myself against the people who didn't vaccinate themselves. And people still tell me that doesn't make sense at all. Then it wasn't a vaccine. It was something else.
So you're saying if we vaccinated, we should not be worried
about the people who weren't vaccinated, because vaccinations are immunization against, they create the antibodies that immunize yourself against the antigens, or the antigen that, you know. So the thing is, it really didn't make sense to me, but I mean, you will still have people who would argue that, you know.
So call us on 342-0081-466-5391 and tell me what you think it means. Blood is thicker than water. You tell me. You are members of the pavilion. You always hear that. Your parents use it. You use it. People use it in casual conversation. Blood is thicker than water. And when you call, tell me if you understand what the original quote meant. Because our research shows that the original quote is the opposite of the use.
Correct.
So I don't know if it's a Trini. Change it up. Good. I don't hear that. I can't remember hearing that anywhere I travel. So I don't know if it's a Trini thing in truth. I don't know if it's a Trini thing. Blood thicker than water. But it's something we hear.
It's certainly not a Trini thing.
Often. But I've never heard it outside of here. You remember any hearing that anywhere in the US? Used by any foreigner or any European?
I think most of the things that we see, to be honest with you,
yeah,
it was it came down from the British, from our British, the fact that the British had been over us and ruled us for such a long time as the imperial. But some of it may have came with our foreparents from wherever we came from, either Africa or India or wherever. Some of it may have stemmed from there too. But I'm seeing here, blood thicker than water often used to characterize family.
Yes.
Right? The original phrase meant the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Which is quite the opposite of context.
Yes.
In which we use it. Another popular one we see is head over heels, which we try to say means deep. But look where your head is. And look where your heels are.
Deeply in love.
You know, it should be the other way around if you're trying to say you're deep. You know? But if you say head over heels, your head is naturally over your heels.
Over your heels.
So that doesn't really convey. But it's something we say all the time. We hear that all the time. He head over heels over some girl or whatever. Good? When we want to wish somebody luck, we say break a leg. But how could that?
Nah, that one is American. That one is an American phrase.
Right, but
break a leg, buddy.
But it sounds more like a threat. It sounds more like a threat. Yeah, I don't know if we say break a leg, but it sounds like a threat. There are just certain things that we say that, and we say that all the time based on. So our next one, they say, Jack of all trades, master of none. And that is not the original quote. Jack of all trades, master of none. That's not the original quote. The original quote is Jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of none. It was originally a compliment, but we don't use that as a compliment today. When you tell somebody they're Jack of all trades and master of none, you know, you try to tell them, well, you know, you ain't really going nowhere. You're spreading yourself too thin.
Yeah.
But Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one, is a different saying.
Yeah.
And that is the original saying. And all of this, for us, the context of all of this is that
that's like me, the YouTube learner who learn to do any kind of trade.
Yeah.
And doing it better with the tools and that kind of thing, doing it better than the men who come in with and charging them big money with no tools and calling themselves experts.
So you have, remember we looked at during the break, clean as a whistle.
You should have said shining as a whistle. A whistle don't normally be clean.
And the truth about whistles,
a whistle will be full of spit.
Correct.
And all kind of other debris, you know, on the breast.
They have sweating like a pig. But pigs don't have sweat glands. So they say the phrase originally refers to pig iron and smelting. When iron cools enough, the beads of moisture form on the surface of the hand. That I understand. Then I know people often say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And we use that to encourage people. But it was originally meant as a sarcastic joke. Because that is impossible.
How you pull yourself up by a bootstrap? It's like standing up in a bucket and trying to lift up
And you know,
yourself.
we hear these things a lot on political campaigns and lovely speeches, you know. But how many of us take the time to critically analyze things we say to us, even by politicians? Even by politicians, by people in power and authority. How many of us take the time to critically analyze? And I'm not saying to oppose, you know, because that's where some of us go with our analysis.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. I mean, it brings some of these things into context. You know, I was reading a post some time ago, where yesterday, as a matter of fact, where somebody was saying that we maybe shouldn't be praising Kamala, the Prime Minister, for bringing the blue wave, because the blue wave was leased, and we operated with boats for so long, and why don't she just buy a boat? Why are you praising her? And that was sad for somebody to say, because I mean, when you look at what was happening, the vessel that would have the blue wave would have replaced, that was a leased vessel too. And to get a new vessel, it sometimes takes years to build and to to build a vessel and retrofit it to suit exactly what we want it here for and how, and the waters we are in and everything. You have to build that, you have to go out for tenders, you have to go to find out who could build it, and it takes time to do that. So by that time, we will be without anything. So clearly, the reason why the vessel was leased was because the previous owners of the last vessel that left, they would have sold the boat to someone else, and they could have done that because the lease had come to an end. And clearly, what was supposed to be done, knowing that the lease was coming to an end, if the narrative by the supporters of the other side is that we should have bought a boat, then the other side should have been preparing to buy a boat since they were about to demit office, because they knew that the lease was coming to an end when it came to an end. And so that, again, that's an unfortunate statement without thinking by a person who is just talking for supporting the other side. And that's just my take. Sometimes you listen to things, you hear comments being made, and you wonder, you ask yourself, are these people thinking? You criticizing and you're trying to beat up on a government that certainly trying to survive, just trying to do things to make things bring about certain kind of change. And it's like you're beating up on them, forgetting that your team was batting all the time. And the very thing you're making noise for, they had 9 years to do it, and they didn't. So, you know, that it beats logic sometimes.
No, Senior Matheson, there has been. All right, let me take this caller. Good afternoon, caller.
Hey, hello.
Yes,
how are you going?
We okay, sir?
I guess all of my customers voice by now.
Yes.
You know who it is.
Where's the discussion? I know you don't want the chair here about what's in the Senate, and they're going for a break.
Well, tell us what's going on in the Senate.
No.
What is the discussion? Tell us.
No. Right now they're on a break.
Okay.
They're coming back at 10 to 6.
10 to 6.
I just sit down here and I hear Mr. Patterson mentioning something about the boat. I don't know, so I asked him.
Now we were talking.
What's the discussion?
We were talking earlier on about sayings, old sayings that people misinterpret or didn't critically think it through and take it for granted. And in saying that, I was just raising to Ronaldo about a comment I saw made about the purchase of the Blue Wave.
I hear from that part.
Right? And the comment that was made about the purchase of the Blue Wave was that, why are we praising the government for that? When they had so much time, they should have bought a boat. And,
everybody.
And let me just say it. And it is physically impossible to do that. That is just not possible. To purchase a new boat, it takes years to be able to procure it and
well, you see,
the boat makers and that kind of thing.
You see, that person who maybe say that didn't understand how they get the Boko Reef and the APT James. Them just didn't understand how that come.
Yeah.
And the difficulties that the former administration also go through to get it.
Correct.
You understand?
So
clearly, so it's not. I thought the timing was good with respect to the new wave. That timing was good. And I know Miss John is a worker, eh? You understand?
She is.
No, hold on. The timing was good. We didn't have a lapse, no big long lapse, although it ain't operation yet, but it here. And certain things had to work out. So I don't think that comment, maybe the person, you had to leave some people, you know. You understand? But I believe I look at the time frame and look how everything happened, because I was a little worried when they say it was in Spain on the way here now. And know that it here, I you know, it was something, the right thing was done, and if the right thing was done, you get who did it kudos.
Yeah.
I just put, no, you see, in this instance here, I'm not looking at here and yellow, you know. No, I'm looking at the benefit for the Twin Island.
You're looking at a phrase that says, "Shall know a man by his works."
No, You know, I know, and that is why you see, I hear you talking about some 9 years. I'm not going back there. The cabo star gone, the lease done. If people sell it, we get a new wave.
Correct.
Why go on with that? I think I
Correct.
mentioned that the other day, you know.
Correct.
I don't know why people keep going down this lane. So,
but caller, as you're on the line, right? And you, interestingly enough, you are where we were going next. Because I was going to start the discussion just on a different tangent, though, on the Senate. Because you tell me you're watching the debate and...
No, I look, let me cut you here. I'm concerned, you know.
Yes.
I'm very concerned.
Okay.
I listen to all these people who they say is intellectual and not normally regular people, but the independents are looking to the other senators. I want to hear what they're saying because I have a view on this. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So, much discussion has been in the media concerning the independent senators. Do you subscribe to the word independent senators?
Mr. Is Rolock, right?
Yes.
You see that, them phrases? My dog's making noise. You see them phrases, sir?
Yeah.
I'm not going down the road with them thing, you know. No, what happened there is that I think I heard that mention already. I want to ask a question here.
Yeah.
When they was looking to stop the pension from Mr. Young, did that went to the Senate?
Yes.
Who supported it?
The independent senators.
Thank you. So that's the end of that. So when you come now to tell me about independent senators, I eat that food and that, I don't listen to that.
No, I wasn't referring to the Prime Minister's comments per se, you know. I didn't want to get into that.
You're talking about the word. You're talking about the word independent.
Yeah, I'm talking.
No,
about, and to what extent?
Mm-hmm.
I know we're going to a break, so you'll come back after the break. And to what extent really should somebody be independent anyway? Because we all will carry certain biases.
I could give me an answer before the break.
Yes, go ahead.
There's none of them senators there that is independent.
Right.
Neither none of us.
None of us, correct.
Exactly. You always have biases.
Correct.
Well, in some area, you will have some biases in some
Go on your break.
Thank you.
All right.
And the color is right.
So, but
if you're an objective thinking person, you would look at things in a certain way, but you also have biases.
But inside has to move beyond pointing out the obvious. Fix it. Fix it. If the mischief is that and it has always been so, and it was so when they chose the president. Okay? Caller, senior call, but we're going to break under 1 minute, so just call us back after the break. I wouldn't want to shorten your contribution. If the problem is how these senators are elected, fix it. Fix it. Tell us what is the fix for it. What do you recommend for the society? The other issue is, if you take a look at all those independent senators, most of them, and this is my view, because I had it written down to come and present, but I'll bring it back.
Let me hear what
They all spell UWI.
UWI. Okay.
Or the bar.
Okay. So let me ask you something. So if I am chosen as me, Steve Matheson, is chosen as an independent senator, how will you feel about me having straddled, two political organizations at some point in time?
That wouldn't bother me. That wouldn't be my bother. But we come up to the break.
Okay.
We'll come back after the break.
Road March Energy? Check. Royal Castle flavor? Double check. Let's dive into the Royal Castle Road March Song of the Day on the Street 919 FM.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
You say bumper, you say parade, bumper parade, bumper parade. See them gal on the front line, waistline heavy on my mind every step. Make it headline, taking when you give me one time baseline roll. Bumper respond, man can't talk only wave hand. Heat in the place, I feeling bun. Jump non-stop till the morning come. Back it up, push it down, turn it wrong, hit the ground, every bumper ready, charge up now. Celebration, parade on. Bumper parade, roll it for me. Bumper parade, roll it for me. Left, right, can take lead. Wine, jump, parade it sweet. Bumper parade, roll it for me. Bumper parade, roll it for me. Left, right, can take lead. Wine, jump, parade it sweet. Bumper parade, bumper parade. Jam all night, bumper parade. Vibe so tight, bumper parade. Bumper parade, bumper parade. Jam all night, bumper parade. Vibe so tight, bumper parade. Back it up, push it down, turn it round, shake the ground, every bumper ready, charge up now, celebration, parade on, bumper parade, parade. Pressure bill when you touch down, vibes get mad when you turn round, sweetest thing when you touch ground, baseline stink make bumper roll wrong. One by one, gal uptown, man get weak when you bend down, wine so hot, turn up the road, bumper parade, clear shut down, bumper parade, roll it for me, bumper parade, roll it for me, left, right, gal take lead, wine, jam, parade it sweet, bumper parade, roll it for me, bumper parade, roll it for me, left, right, gal take lead, wine, jam, parade it sweet, bumper parade, jam all night, bumper parade, vibe so tight, bumper parade, bumper parade, jam all night, bumper parade, vibe so tight, bumper parade. Back it up, push it down, turn it round, shake the ground, every bumper ready, charge up now, celebration, parade on, bumper parade, bumper parade, rolling steady, girl you ready, wind it down low, make it heavy, jump too plenty.
That was the Royal Castle Road March Song of the Day on the Street 919 FM.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
And we're back. And I was talking about what is going on in the Senate and that whole discussion about independent senators. That whole discussion. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. When this republic was formed in 1976, it was decided that instead of a governor general who represented the Queen's interest, we are going to have our own president. And our president is not going to be merely a ceremonial president, but the president is going to have real powers of their own also. But that president, we felt, should have been elected by an electoral college, which comprised of all of the members of parliament of both houses of parliament. When that individual is elected, that individual is looked upon as someone that is impartial. he or she is not beholden to anyone, and it cannot be easily removed, cannot be whimsically removed, which is why I had a situation in relation to the Chief Justice, but I'll get back to that another time. Now, this president, seeing that they have an office that is ought to be independent, they would look at the countryside. They would look at the various institutions that exist, those in academia, those in trade unions, those in agriculture. They would look at them all. And they would say that even though the political parties are in parliament, then all of these organizations need to have some form of representation to bring to bear on whatever the state intends to do. So those persons who they select are independent of any political party. They are not beholden to any political party's whip. So therefore we call them independent senators. That is what they are. And to tell me that they are no independent senators is to say that a professional individual cannot look at a situation purely on a professional basis, doing assessment using data, and doing a postulation and coming up with a situation as to what he thinks is best for the country and not best for the UNC or best for the PNM. That is why they are independent senators. And I really and truly have a problem when you could call an independent senator a brown noser. We all know what a brown noser is. The children are listening, so I cannot say it. So at the end of the day, I think that the Prime Minister was way out of place. She was Donald Trumping. And if this is the way they intend to run government, then we have some serious, serious problems in this country. So I'm saying to you that I do not buy the thing about the independent who are not really independent, but they were appointed by a PNM president. And I don't buy those things. I really and truly think that the Prime Minister went way overboard. And we are not teaching the children what our Constitution was designed as, and why is it that those different members sit in the Parliament. That's my take on it.
Caller,
any questions?
Yeah, caller, don't leave, right? First to begin, I want just let me roll back this tape and we'll go over all that you've said, and we can. I want us to have this dialogue. First to begin, the notion that they are not independent or they're not on the independent senators, if you do check, it comes from the Constitution. They're not referred to as independent senators, and that's a fact. It's presidential.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
So, really and truly, the word in itself is not true to fact. But we can move on. Now,
all right.
I accept what you're saying in theory, because both colors, the bat and the bowlers, have benefited from that type of appointment system.
And both of them have complained about it.
And both of them complain, right?
In the same way.
My issue is this. Is that the most fair and transparent way of getting the type of people we want to do a type of job that we want? The process, in my humble view, is tainted from the start. It's not about the people who are in the post. Remember, they didn't create this. They were they volunteered to serve. They were selected to serve, and they should not be denigrated by any means for serving. My issue is with the fix. Now that we're in 2026, I think it's archaic to accept that it must remain that way. I'm into the solution. And what is the solution if you want a group of people in the Senate that represents a cross-section of people, a microcosm of the society, good, that are not appointed by either party?
All right. Let me
let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
And
because I have something to say.
I think that is the mischief that we must solve. I do not put any motive on this president, but the fact is, and she's not singular in this fact, she is a political creature. She is not a normal president who was just appointed by the government, because government does do that all the time.
You know, in Singapore, the opposition is appointed by the government, right? Political leader, right? The not the opposition, but the opposition leader.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a reason why that happens. And the same thing with Britain. Britain, there are things in Britain that are much different from what we do here, right? But they fall under the same Commonwealth.
Rubik.
Right?
For want of a better word.
So the thing is, but you hear what you say? There was one other thing I wanted to...
You're going to let me try me now?
Yeah, just now. Yeah, you're going to come in after.
There was one other thing I wanted to say, that we sometimes chastise politicians for saying things, using certain words, and sometimes the context in which they use it and what it means and that kind of thing. Sometimes the meaning have little or nothing to do with the context, right? But and as we see, we were discussing before, as I said earlier on, I heard Gushaima said this morning or yesterday that in the last 14 years, the British government have had so much changes in position, more than the Kama Sutra, and all they have gotten is screwed. Now, what does that say? What does that say? And you hear that with Trump, you hear that with politicians all over the world all the time. You hear it with Rowley when he said, oh, Jackassy thing. You know, the thing is, let us do not nitpick. Sometimes politicians make a point, and sometimes it is solidly explained and understood by their description of the situation at the time in context.
Now, caller, I make one more remark and then I want you to chime in, right?
Yes.
My last remark is this. I don't even have a problem with those things. Here's my problem. For people that you want to be representative of a multi-ethnic, multicultural, balanced gender society from a wide cross-section of people, if you look at the list of all the independent senators, if they're not from UWI, they're from the bar, I have a problem with that. That is not, for me, representative of Trinidad and Tobago.
And we are from UWI.
And you cannot have a total team with that type of bias. I'm not talking about the people themselves, you know, I'm talking about the particular vocations. It is really, so for instance, one would get the impression that you have to be bright and go UE to be a senator. Independent senator.
Right.
And I'm saying there might be a pastor by you who I find could be an independent senator. You could maybe be an independent senator. And I don't know if you're an academic.
A Facebook YouTuber or
so
a
even
man on the street.
I was researching the criteria, and I found the criteria very elitist. Go ahead.
No, the criteria is that you have to be 23 years of old or more to sit in the Senate. That's the only criteria. Now, let me just say this to you.
Go ahead.
I heard you say something about Britain and the opposition leader. Whenever there's an election in England and someone wins the majority of seats, the individual who is there sitting as prime minister, if he has lost, he goes to the queen, well now it's the king, and he says, I would recommend so-and-so to be offered the office of prime minister because he has won. He makes that recommendation to the queen as Her Majesty's government. You see, they do things in a very distinguished way.
Yes.
Right? Now, where the leader of the opposition is concerned, that is automatic because he would have had lesser seats.
Yes.
So he became leader of the opposition.
Not in Singapore. Not in Singapore.
No, well, let me finish what I'm saying, please.
Go ahead.
I would have to check on Singapore to find out what Singapore does because this is news to me.
Right.
Now, this question that you have been saying about how the senator to be operated and all of that, the last time they had a Constitution Review Commission, I presented a complete plan in relation to how we are going to redo our Constitution.
Well done.
And the part of the plan I want to talk to you about is that involved the 9 senators.
Yes.
I have said that the lesser political parties which did not get seats in the race for the election, we would find a way to accommodate some of them, not all of them, but those who had gotten a substantial amount of votes universally, let them have a 1 or 2 representation in that area. But
good idea.
Still leave room for the president to appoint these independent senators, because when you have someone who comes from academia or someone comes from the commerce department, all of these people have a view, and you want those views to come under one tent so you can distill it and come up with what's best for the country.
Yes.
So I have no problem with that. I believe that they are independent of the political party's views, and they would bring their organization's views to the table so we can all hear it and we can all decide.
Yes.
So I have no problem with that. Finally, I would say this to you. If you just talk about the president not being independent, we have to grow up as a society. There comes a point in time when an individual conducts themselves as a statesman. It was Pierre Trudeau who asked the question, what is the difference between a politician and a statesman? And he answered it by saying, the politician cares about the next election, the statesman cares about the next generation. I leave you with that and listen to others.
Thank you, caller. Steve, remind me how to carry your princess tongue, right? Remind me. How to carry your princess tongue. Go ahead.
You know, I think that we see too much of what is supposed to be public service through the lens of politics.
Right. I agree with that statement.
And on both sides.
On both sides.
And that to me is unfortunate. That is in a significant waste timing in our progress as it relates to getting things done in Trinidad and Tobago. Because to me, if a good thing is brought and for whatever reason you're not part of you have a problem with the politics of the other side, you don't support it.
Yes.
Or you feel you shouldn't support it. And to me, that is different. That defeats what the system that we developed our parliament from, the mischief of it represents.
Yeah, I know the Prime Minister minced no words. Let me allow one caller. We're just 2 minutes off to the end of the show. Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, I call back to say this.
Yes.
Right? Now, you see, who is a presidential senator and who is a this? I do believe that have much bearing, you know. As the gentleman says, 23 years and over, you're eligible to be in the Senate. You understand? And this statement, I didn't want to go this way, but I just mentioned, this statement by the Prime Minister, I mean, it was, I was taken aback. I was taken aback. She even went to say that these senators, these so-called independent senators never face the electorate. You remember she saying that?
Yes.
No, what it is you're saying, when you make that statement, you bring questions to people's mind one time. Who you like Saracen? Who you like Jeremy? Who you like Oidman? So I tell him the son, I say, it seems as though something is wrong with the Prime Minister. She knows better than that. That's what they do. They never face the electorate. This is the Prime Minister saying that. I'm not bashing you, you know. I just repeating
we
what
understand.
Was said, you know it. You understand?
You alone weren't surprised. Remember, people.
No, but I'm not. This is not a laughing matter.
Yeah.
You start to question now. It's go deeper than that. It's not a laugh, and you don't just criticize the lady. You start to be concerned about your mental condition. This is the leader of our country. She is a SC. She knows the Constitution. And when you start to make them statements, I stop talking about, I'm thinking about you now. If you're in good health, mentally, because these things are basic. And that, if nothing had disturbed me in that statement she made, that disturbed me. They didn't face the electorate. There are dozens of people who you appoint as ministers who never face the electorate. You understand? And then I start to think about the lady here. I'm talking about generosity, you know.
Yes.
Because I start to believe what, like forgetting or...
Caller, we out of time. The program is going to end, right?
So check us Monday. Monday we will be back on live again, and
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Get ready for a night of vibes, energy, and soca. Iwer, George, and Friends presents Iwer's Night. Friday, January 23rd at Woodford Cafe. Price Plaza Shaquana starting from 9 p.m. Advance unisex tickets $100 and ladies 2 for 1 for $100. Featuring the Waterlord, Iwer George. And all his friends in the business. KMC. Blackadan, Malik, Anika Berry, J-Del, and straight out of Grenada, the payroll man, Money. I say load me up with the oil. Music by DJ Mervin and DJ Elon, aka Papi. Come out and experience the big man in the business. Iwer, George, and Friends. Friday, January 23rd, Woodford Cafe, Shaguanas. It's Iwer's Night. See you there.
How you just turn on this time machine, boy?
Bro, we have to...
Yes, I know, we have to go, but I have to start it.
On Sunday, February 1st, 2026, Captain Starbright and Tim are going to take your kids on a magical journey to the past, present, and future of Carnival, the greatest show on earth. Get ready for Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future.
Yeah, but how are we going if this time machine not working, boy?
Bro, you're putting me Smolta. It's powered by Smolta.
Oh, it's powered by Smolta. All right, play it. All right, let's go.
Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future. Sunday, February 1st, Skinner Park, San Fernando. Rides, slides, games, soca stars, and more. Parents, watch them learn about their culture and save the future of Carnival. Early bird tickets available online at islandetickets.com or timetolime.com.